Oh my gosh, you guys have no idea. Okay, hey, it's Truth Bites with Alyssa. Okay, so honestly, I should be very optimistic because it's really like I can't. First of all, for some reason, okay, this is my first time on Anchor, right? So I didn't know that the only way that you could upload a longer video was to, uh, record it elsewhere and then like attach it via Clipper, Anchor Clipper. And that, sorry, you hear that beeping, I'm driving at the same time. But don't worry, I don't have the phone to my ear. I have my earphones in. The daily life of Alyssa, I was getting my estimate for my car because estimate to see how much the repairs would cost to get my car fixed. So yeah, because of the accident. But anyways, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, Anchor. So I didn't realize that the only way that I could do that was to upload it. First of all, you can only be uploaded on a PC, like a computer. And guess what? I don't have a computer. So, because my other one broke, because, not broke, it just died because I treated it very, very, very bad. I just, I didn't have any. A long story short, I don't even feel like getting into it, but that's what happened. Anyway, so I was like, okay, let me try to use my mom's computer. Her computer, I don't know what if it like literally this is not going to work at all, or maybe her computer is not the best right now either. I don't know if her internet connection is like actually it shouldn't be an internet connection. It should be fine. But anyway, this podcast is starting off very, very well. This episode is just all-time great right now. Okay, I think I got my guidance together. I'm driving straight and I'm good. So, bottom line is that I couldn't upload the episode that you just heard, episode 2, the day after episode 1. I was pretty mad. I was like, I at least want to start doing it every day because, like I said, this is more of a documentation, not so much as me creating something. If you guys don't know, Gary Vee, like that's one of his things that he promotes is to document rather than to create. Document your life, so that'd be like the key to put out as much content as possible, so you won't be crippled by is this good enough, is this and that, which my life. But yeah, so now I'm like, okay, I can start doing that, and Anchor is so much fun. Like it's so much fun being up here. Like it's even like this little Anchor community is like the best. I'm just like these guys are amazing. Oh yeah, so let me I can like plug some people right now. The people that I really, really am into is the millennium. Well, that's a great plug. But check out their stuff. Their podcast is so funny. I think they just got started as well as me. And also Civilian Discord. Civilian Discourse, I believe. Yeah, they're amazing too. But anyways, so I think I'm gonna go to the library right now, and I'm gonna upload episode 2, and I guess I'll upload this one too, and we're gonna just see if that will work because the library's internet is typically very, very good, and it's typically very, very fast. So yeah, that's where my head's at right now. So now I guess we can continue on with like, other matters. I don't know, how are you guys? Like, how's your life doing? Like, let me know. Let me know. By no means am I a psychiatrist or a psychologist or what have you. A couple of people think that I should be one. Like, I've gotten that from like people from various age groups. And I don't think that I want to be a psychologist or anything like that, or a therapist, because you really have to be like very strong minded in the sense that like you have to care about people a lot, but you also have to know when to cut it off, and you have to know when to like emotionally disconnect from that person, because if you get too involved with the person's problems, then it becomes your problem too, and that's like a real thing. I think a lot of therapists or a lot of like social workers that deal with traumatic circumstances, they can get like I don't know, post-traumatic stress or something like that. So yeah, I don't think I'm quite up for that stuff. However, I do like talking to people, and I like being like inquisitive, and I like learning. I like talking about, I don't know, like just the way people think. I like it's very oh my gosh, this is so like I'm so like out there. It's not even funny, but I just love thinking about how people think, and also putting that into art form. Like it's so funny. Like I can't really be like, okay, I'm gonna put out a ton of artwork all the time, because I really have to be either very, very happy or very, very sad to put out a piece of artwork, honestly, because it's very emotional for me. It's not it's like an emotional outlet. I guess when I was younger, like I used to draw like a lot, because it was either like it was really fun or I was bored. But then when you grow up, I don't know if it's because like my priorities shifted towards school, but school really like did a number on me because I guess the blessing and the curse is that I was good at school. So it's like, okay, since I'm good at this, let me try to be the best at school then. And that kind of made me very hard in my heart, and made me very tough in a bad way. Like, and I think this is what a lot of Asian kids go through as well. Like, they learn to give very harsh, tough love in order to work, like, a lot of people procrastinate. Like, let's be real, like most students procrastinate or cheat or what have you. I didn't cheat that much, but I did procrastinate, and you really have to have a lot of like, okay, I'm gonna crunch like all of this work in like an hour, and it's gonna work out, and it's gonna be good too, like, mind you, it's gonna be good work in a short time. That's very hard on your mind, and it's very over time. I think what happened to me is that like I got so tired of that game, because the return was that, okay, I got an A, or I got an A plus, or I got a B or a B plus, and then it felt really empty inside. It was like, okay, like I did all that, and then I got a letter. But what did I accomplish? I didn't get any joy out of that. I mean, I got temporary joy when, I got, when my family members were like, oh, good job. Or, my dad, I was blessed enough that my dad was able to give me money, quite a lot of money for getting a certain GPA. And, I used most of that money to like buy K-pop merch at a certain point, or to buy music on iTunes, or to buy, I don't know, like any t-shirt. I did so much crap. So it kind of backfired. It's like, okay, I got all this money, but I'm like wasting it and like spending more of my leisure time like distracting me from schoolwork. But honestly, is it even leisure time? Like, or is that the thing that I like actually want to do, and it actually will give me joy? You see, it's like, and that's one thing that I really like about Gary Vee's one of Gary Vee's message. Gary Vaynerchuk, if you guys don't know, he's an entrepreneur, business builder, really awesome. I mean, like, he doesn't like to be called a motivational speaker, but he is motivational. And one of his messages is that, do what you love, like, do what makes you happy. And, that, and then if you do if you go all in on what makes you happy, then you'll be 10 times more successful in life, or quote unquote 10 times more successful in life than you were to just kind of force yourself to do what you think you want to do, just to make like short-term, money or short-term materialistic stuff. And honestly, that was I liked him from day one, honestly. Like, I've always liked Gary Vee. I wasn't one of these people that, like, hated him and then liked him. No, I always liked him. Because I was also fed up, like him with everything. Like, I just couldn't stand... Listen, I watched him, like, in the middle of my high school... my senior year of high school. Okay? And I was so... I'm backing up into this parking spot. I was so flippant. Oh, jeez, this is... I'm so flippant. Sorry, I'm like parking while somebody else is trying to get out. I was so freaking fed up with everything and the pressures of being a student and doing this, that I literally, like, that's kind of where my depression and my suicidal thoughts really started to pick up, because I was like, I cannot, like, this is freaking ridiculous. Why am I doing all this work when I don't believe in it, essentially? And that made me really, really mad. So that is another reason why, like, I felt so attached to Gary Vee, and that's why I honestly felt so attached to God, and I won't even say being a Christian, because God is seen through the lenses of many religions. So I'm just gonna say God, and and it's so funny because before like my freaking like breakdown, which honestly you can say a breakthrough, because I wasn't stuck anymore. But you can say that before then, like, I was pretty much like an agnostic atheist, which is pretty much like you believe in some kind of higher form or some kind of something spirituality, but you don't believe in God, like, in the traditional sense. So I knew that I was very spiritual, but I was very visceral to Christians. And that's how most atheists or agnostics are, like, if you grew up in around people of faith and you just didn't really connect to it, you kind of grow bitter or grow envious or just get mad at it because you don't understand it. You're not a part of this so-and-so clique, I guess, and that turned you off. Or maybe you had a family member, or or maybe your church was just like crazy and ridiculous, and that turned you off from God as well, and stuff like that. And mind you, this is all in the Bible. The Bible does warn that in the future, the faith is going to be corrupted with a whole bunch of crap, but the thing is that in the parable, which parable was it? I forget. But Jesus, he said that even though this is the case, have faith, because I'm going to strengthen you to overcome, not even to survive it, but to overcome it, because you have an inclination to actually hear me and understand me and listen to me and believe in me. So you won't be corrupted, and you will grow strong. I think it was the mustard seed parable. That was really, really cool. I was looking that up the other night. I usually do like my worshiping at nighttime, because in the daytime I can't freaking relax. Like, I have to do like 10,000 things in the daytime. Actually, just like that in the nighttime too. I don't know, but like in the daytime I'm more focused on other people, but in the nighttime I'm more focused on myself because I have time to myself. But yeah, so, and that was a crazy, like, apparently I didn't even consider this, but was it like, it was definitely, I know we're getting into the Bible, but this is very interesting, guys, because like I love stories, and I didn't realize this, but the Bible was full of stories that actually make sense and actually are pretty entertaining. when you actually like take a close look at it, and when you look at commentaries or when you talk about them with other people. So essentially, one of the stories that Jesus told was that a mustard seed can be planted in the ground, and is one of the least of the seeds. Other like words is pretty crappy seed. It's small and it doesn't really, the potential of it is not seen as great as other seeds may be, like an acorn or something. So when the seed is planted, in good soil, it has to be good soil because soil represents like our hearts, and it represents us in our like accepting or not accepting of God and His Word. The seed is the Word, and planted in the soil and our hearts, all that crap. Okay, it's really sentimental stuff. But here's where it gets interesting. Okay. So apparently that was really aggressive. Okay, I didn't mean to be so aggressive. I'm sorry. Uh, so like when the seed is planted, then if it survives in this in the soil, then it'll grow up to be a tree. When I was reading this commentary, it was like, this is actually kind of bizarre. Like mustard seeds are usually grown as bushes, not trees. And I was like, oh, that's actually true. I never heard of a mustard tree before, or anything like that. So I am kind of into nature. I'm not an expert, but I am into nature. So I'm like, huh, that's true. So is the library closed? I don't think it is. Oh crap. No, there's still a bunch of people. I'm about to say, I was gonna be so pissed because, okay, where I live right now, I live in America, if you guys don't know, and I live in Delaware, which is like Delaware. Nobody knows where the state is. It's on the East Coast, but apparently, like, there's gonna be like, because it's already raining, but apparently it's gonna be very, very cold. It's gonna be sleet, and apparently, like, the water's gonna freeze up. It's gonna be ice, blah blah blah. So actually, my store, Hallmark, actually closed earlier because most people are just going home because they're scared of driving on the street, which was like, Alyssa, why aren't you scared? You got in an accident last week because of the weather. Come on, because of the snow. I know, guys, I'm crazy. Don't judge me. So, yes, but I think the library's still open. Anyways, I hope I didn't park too close to you. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. Oh, I hate when I do that. I hate when I park wrong. Anyway, so mustard seed. Okay. So I guess the fact that the mustard seed grew unnaturally large represents how unnatural like stuff is gonna manifest in the world because of your faith in God. And trust me, I'm not trying to convert any of you guys. I really don't care. I just really think this is kind of cool because I am so far from being anything like a perfect Christian or anything like that. It's so interesting because this 180 literally. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the mustard seed, but I have to say this real quick. Literally, I was watching Drunken Peasants, and I used to love them so much. And honestly, I was let me see what TJ Kirk is doing now in the Drunken Peasants and stuff. Literally, I went back and watched their revamped podcast, and it's still so funny. Like, they're so funny, and for a while I had to take a break on watching them because they are they're pretty really raunchy guys, and they are atheists, and when you're a baby Christian, you tend to be in your little cocoon because you're really insecure about the faith, and you're really insecure about, oh my god, I can't do anything that's not considered a good Christian thing because, oh my god, I want to be perfect, blah 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 blah, all that bull crap. But now I'm able to watch more stuff, and I'm not trying to be I'm trying to be a part of the world. I'm trying to do as much bad stuff as possible to get away with it. No, I'm saying that I'm able to be more open-minded and fair-minded, and I can watch stuff like The Drunken Peasants and not be offended, and just see their points of view on things, and still like have my faith, because I don't like I can't even explain to you how amazing it is to spend time with God and to know that, like, you know, you really he knows everything about me, and he knows that, yeah, so like I know what stuff that you like, what stuff you don't like, you know, what makes you laugh, what doesn't make you laugh. And it's okay, like, if you don't like change overnight. Just enjoy your life right now. Like, for goodness sake, you're 19 years old. Like, come on. Oh my god. Is this library really closed? Oh my god. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be really mad if it's closed right now. There's so many cards though. Ooh, ooh. Oh my god, it's closed. No. Why is the universe hating me right now? I want to upload these podcasts. Okay. Anyway, oh my god. I'm really not happy right now. I'm gonna have to like comfort eat, because this is not funny. That is so not funny. When did it close? Is everybody that scared of freaking ice? Okay, whatever. So, yeah, Drunken Peasants. They're really funny, and I just think that I'm in a really interesting place where I know on that show they tend to make fun of Christians, and they don't believe in it for the most part, unless they have, you know, scientific evidence and all that stuff. And obviously, you know, like, you have to have faith to believe. So, I mean, I'm not like, it's just a life thing, you know. And like I said, like, I think in T.J. Kirk's case, like, he had mentioned that, like, he grew up in a Christian, quote unquote Christian family, but like I believe like his dad, or his stepmom, like, they kind of use God as like as a threatening tool, as like to like make, you know, him or other people feel bad. And, you know, I'm sure that's another thing that turned him off to, you know, have a relationship with God. Not even just being a Christian, but having a relationship with God. Because that would turn anybody off. But I know that everything happens for a reason. I know that I have to go through my, like, oh God, like, I freaking can't, like, no, I'm not going to believe in you. I can't stand you right now. Because everybody has to have that balance of, yeah, I'm a human. Like, I'm not Jesus. I'm not, like, I don't have, like, unwavering faith to God. Like, no, like, I'm broken. I'm, like, a miserable mess. But that's what binds us all together. That's what relates us to Jesus, actually, that we're not perfect, and the fact that he's lived this life in our shoes and he understands that means that we literally cannot have a relationship with God if we're perfect. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not saying that you can't strive to be a better person, but I mean, like, if you're perfect, why do you need him? And that's a page from my mom. I know my mom's, you know, God knows, but I don't give her the credit. Yes, my mom taught me well. She told me that, okay? But it's so true. It really is. And it's been a hard, like, lesson for me to learn, because I get so caught up in perfectionism and all this stuff. But, you know, you know, every day I get better at dealing with it. Every day I get better at, you know, handling life. And that's all anybody can ask for. So I guess to go back to the mustard seed thing, you know, in the story, oh my god, my phone. I'm so glad I have these earphones so I don't have to hold this thing up to my ear. But in Jesus' story, you know, he was saying, like, you know, the seed becomes a tree, and then the birds will sit on the branches and all that stuff, right? And when I was reading the commentary, this person was like, well, in the previous versus Jesus was talking about how like birds, one way that the seed doesn't get to grow is that it falls by the wall, falls like where people essentially, it falls on the sidewalk where the ground is hard, and the birds like eat it up. Like you guys can envision that, right? Like seagulls pecking at like popcorn pieces in like the parking lot, like stuff like that. So birds are actually considered like not in this case like not a good thing. Like you can't say that they're like the quote unquote enemies, or you know, the people that are trying to like stop you from being happy or reaching your goals or what have you. But then Jesus says that when the mustard tree grows, the birds will sit on the branches. Well, what the heck does that mean? Well, in the commentary that I was reading, he had said that, you know, the birds represent like the people that used to bring you down, or the people that, you know, aren't I want to say they are evil, but the people that are just kind of messed up, they're going to be the ones that are going to depend on this thing that you've built, on this thing that you've helped cultivate. And that's the key, and that's what's going to bring everything back into balance. And this is all like representation of the kingdom of God, and what does that actually kind of look like. And the kingdom of God is not it. I mean, from what Jesus is talking about, I don't think it's this like perfect utopia of like a thing that's like, oh my God, everything's perfect all the time. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, who knows? Maybe it is, but I think what he wants to convey, that one aspect of the kingdom of God, I guess the perfect thing could be an aspect, but another aspect of the kingdom is that we're saving people that probably would not be saved otherwise. And saved, I don't mean that, you know, they are, you know, like terrible things, or they're terrible, like unholy people, you know, that are useless. I mean saved as in like, think about it like I don't know, like those like corny like hero saves like the girl type thing. Like the girl's not really a bad person. She just got caught up in some stuff that she didn't mean to get caught up in. Something like that. And because I just hate the idea of like putting people down because they don't love God, or they don't do this, they don't do that. And you know, I understand tough love is necessary, but I know for me, like that doesn't really connect with me. It's just no. No, 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 no. No. I think anyway, sorry, K-pop, I'm sorry. I love it so much, and it slips through the cracks. Okay, so I'm honestly, like, the fact that this library is closed is so devastating to me right now. It's so devastating to me right now. Cause what time is it? It's just like, it's 5 p.m. It's supposed to close at 8 p.m. Ah! Anyway, God bless. I still have money to spend on food to help comfort me. And I get to go home and I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm working on, I was pretty much done that parable, by the way. Like, you get the point, guys. Like, bottom line, the bad in your life is there for a reason. It's there to strengthen you. Okay, let's close on that. Now, let me go on to this right here. So, I'm going to do something for Asian Boss. You're like, what the heck is Asian Boss? So, it's a YouTube channel, and oh my god, they're so amazing. There's two guys, Kay and Steve. One of them is Korean, the other guy is half German, half Japanese, right? And they started this like incredible like channel that like interviews people. Originally, it was, in South Korea and Japan. Now they're spreading to like China and Thailand and India and all that great stuff, right? And they interview people on just current events or society stuff, or it could, fun stuff as well, but also like depressing stuff too. And I love both because in life you need a mix of tragedy and comedy. So essentially, I want to do something for them, and I want to create artwork for them. And like I said before, I need to be very, very, very emotional in order to create artwork. So it's hard for me to kind of force it, even though I could, but it just won't be as good if I forced it. That's why like my K-pop like gay Asian stuff is like is so good because I'm so passionate about it and I love it so much. Otherwise, yeah, it's hard for me to actually make something. But I can hack my brain a little bit, and I can kind of trick my brain into liking something. For instance, if I add in like fantasy or sci-fi type themes or romantic themes. I'm not going to add a romantic theme in this artwork, but definitely going to add a certain level of sci-fi. Because I like the sci-fi genre in small doses. I don't like it in like huge doses. Like I'm not a big fan of Star Wars or Star Trek. But I mean, like I could go for I don't know, like what's a good sci-fi film that's not so overly sci-fi? I might be blanking out on like everything. Ooh, this is a bad. What's that? Hancock was pretty interesting. That Will Smith movie. That was like him as a kind of mocking superhero cliches, but it ended up being like an actual like serious movie, and I like that. I don't know, like stuff like that. But anyways, so I can hack my brain and like make myself care about an artwork, which originally I probably wouldn't care about. So you guys get a preview of that. You guys get to know that's the deets, and those are the details, and boom, bada boom, there you go. Exclusive. So, and honestly, like my goal is to like actually like ship the actual drawings to them, and like frame it and stuff. 'Cause I love to frame and like give people my art because I think that's really special. That like to me, it's just a special thing. Like if I can give somebody my artwork, yeah, because that's a part of me. It's like my baby. Like my art is my baby. Like it's for real. So yeah. Oh my god, I'm like the fourth person in this parking lot. Jesus. Alrighty, I guess we can get the show on the road and get some food. I'm probably gonna get a mango sorbet, but I think that's gonna be it, guys. Yeah, I'm just so excited, and shut up. I'm not going to stress myself out. I am not gonna be like, oh my god, I need to do all this work, because that's the mindset of the high school, middle school, stressed out Alyssa. I can just breathe. I can breathe. And you can breathe too. Alright? You can breathe. It's okay. And then I can't wait for the nighttime because now it's getting real deep. Like, I'm really like hanging out with God like in a way that I've never had before. And it's so freaking amazing. And I'm like, oh my God, that's who he is? Because this is what I prayed for. I was like, I want to know who you are. Let me know who you are. Because once you taste a little bit, like it's hard to stop. It's like, oh my God, that's what? I want more. And that's and that's like that good addiction that people talk about, like, oh, be addicted to God. But like for real, like it's kind of it's good to put to use something that is considered bad or has a bad connotation or bad stigma like addiction and to use it for good. So hey, I'm down with it. And I'm gonna get that. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop with the K-pop. At least for now. I'm never gonna stop. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for listening. Like I said, just breathe. Just breathe. If you guys watched Straight Talk with Ross, you would know why I said that in that voice. Bye bye. Bye, guys.